Hello, I'm David Westgate, Managing Director of Andrews Letting and Management. I'd just like to talk to you about some of my predictions and observations of the current property market and what we might be expecting certainly for Q1 in 2016. We've entered the year actually with a fair amount of activity in the world of letting and management. A fair number of landlords and investors are very sharply looking at buying property before the impending stamp duty deadline at the end of March. For those of you that haven't picked up on this, there's a proposed increase in surcharge on stamp duty for investment purchases at the end of March. So we've seen a fair number of investors looking at property, offering on property and actually proceeding to a purchase, which is great news. At the end of last year, what we actually saw from the tenant side of things, the demand for property continues to be absolutely colossal. In the world of residential lettings, we were about 5% up year on year for tenants actually looking for property and carrying out viewings with our stock. What's very interesting is that we've got about 11 applicants for every let that we undertook last year, which just goes to prove the actual demand for rental property. Behind that, of course, is the whole supply and demand side of things. So with the huge demand and lack of supply of property, it's no surprise that the rents have increased astronomically over the last couple of years in the rental sector. So I think what we're going to be looking for this year is actually more stock, so we can actually supply more property for tenants. It's actually potentially a very good time to be a landlord, with capital growth on property continuing to increase and rents increasing as well. Good time to be a landlord. But I think on the tenant side of things, actually it will remain very difficult for tenants to actually find the property of their choice at the right price. One of the predictions from the RICS just before Christmas was that rents would increase by about 25% over the next 5 years. So although there's been a lot of scaremongering to say that residential investment actually could be in trouble over the next few years, I think what we're seeing is a lot of our existing landlords, investment landlords that have been doing this for a number of years, are certainly not selling their portfolio, and they're actually looking at increasing their portfolio. So we're not seeing old landlords selling up, which therefore means that there is a residual stock still available to tenants to actually move ahead and rent property. So my prediction for this year really is it's going to be an active marketplace for landlords, and actually what we'll see is an increase in rents this year by a nominal amount, and it should be quite a good year for both the business and for our investment clients. Thank you for watching this video.